to look.
Yeah, yeah.
All right,
Just
now,
amazing.
if you go back to the street to the west, Miss Weber, oh, you know what? Let's stop there. Let's go on up to Main Street.
Okay.
Because where was Big Daddy Shep's barbecue?
Missouri.
Uh-huh.
Yes, one of the greatest places on earth.
Okay. Big Daddy Shep's.
Yeah, Big Daddy Shep's. If you wanted the best barbecue on earth, you went to Big Daddy Shep's barbecue. Yeah.
Missouri, when I was working as a paper route as a 9, 10-year-old, starting at that part of Missouri from First Street back was sort of like a business district. There was different
really
things there. And where Frank has his office, you know, the underground stormwater conduit ran there.
That was sort of the case of the spelunking explorers when I was growing up.
Exactly, the same way with my
flashlights and go up in there as far as we could go.
Yeah, because see, that ran all the way from 8th Street, right at the railroad tracks, all the way to your house.
Yeah.
But on where Frank's office is, I can remember to this day, there were like gangplanks that ran from the storm sewer to the houses. Do you remember that?
I sure do.
And when you'd walk down, you'd see, well, here's this concrete box. It's a level with the street. And then here's this wood sidewalk, like a boardwalk, that ran to 4 or 5 different houses. Do you remember that?
I remember that, and I remember only one occupant in one of those houses where you had to walk down.
Yes.
And that was, believe it or not, the principal of Lincoln School in later life, James B. Morris. And his wife, Mrs. Morris.
And I'd met those people before. Now, even up in 1957, 66 was Catalina.
Correct.
And it ended at the church.
Correct.
In Cat Creek.
Correct.
And part of the Lincoln community of Claremore, it was on Catalina.
Yes.
And I can remember a guy there, and I can't remember his name, big guy that worked at the courthouse. His Mr. Course.
I don't remember him, but I just know that Mrs. Stacy Beeks and Felix Beeks lived in the corner house there on Catalina. Yeah.
And they lived on 66. Beeks lived on 66. I'm talking the street next, where 66 is now.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, that was Catalina.
Yes, yes.
And there was,
I can't remember now. Yeah.
Yeah. But still, yet that's interesting because that was part of, you know,
the black community.
Yeah, Claremore, without a doubt.
There were 2 sections of the black community.
Here we go.
One lived on the south end, Cherokee, Missouri, Catalina, and another group of blacks lived on the north end. And the north end was the same end, if you will, which was actually on the west side of the Frisco tracks, I believe it is. And I had an aunt, Nancy Cannon, and Uncle Tom Cannon, who lived on a house not too far from Lincoln School, but that's where Lincoln School was located as well.
So,
and one other thing, the Methodist Church, which is the church attended by my mother and Bernice White and some others, that was on the north end, and on the south end was Mount Zion Baptist Church, my church, and my dad's and my sister's church on
and I think there's an office supply there now.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so the 2 black churches were over
Bethel AME Church.
Osima.
Correct.
Was?
Bethel AME Church.
AME,
Bethel African Methodist Episcopal Church.
African Methodist Episcopal.
Right.
So they should have had Baptists in there.
Well, the Baptist was on the other side.
And it was called
Mount Zion Baptist Church.
And you went to?
Mount Zion Baptist Church.
Because you were close to your church on that.
Well, truth be told, the black kids mostly attended Mount Zion because that's where we all were attending at the time, and it's kind of like that was the kids' church because we all were together. There were just a couple of children who went to Bethel AME Church. Mrs. Troop's daughters, Carol and Ann, the Boyles family.
The Troops were also educators.
Mrs. Troop was my teacher for the first, second, and third grade. And Mrs. Troop was just, to me, the perfect teacher. Why? Because she liked me.
Amen.
Yes.